shit. Here we go again.
Low, low, man. Low, low, man.
You like contracts, right? You're a contract guy.
I read contracts instead of conventional pornography.
Slippery little bastard! Making the mother of all omelets here, Jack. Can't fret over every egg.
Nice argument, Senator. Why don't you back it up with a source?
My source is that I made it the fuck up.
I don't care. No one asked, bro. Yes.
Bro, what's up? It's Andrew Esquire, Legal Mindset, where you teach you to be your own judge over here in Seoul, South Korea, coming at you with, well, an episode I actually wasn't going to make today, but it seems like there's a lot of bad takes out there. And, you know, whenever I see some bad takes, I'm here. I'm here to shut down the bad takes. Also, we've got a little bit of update in the Rekieta saga, so we'll go over that as well. So we're here today. Yes, not scuffed. So both on time and not scuffed. So I think we did it today, boys. We did it. There was absolutely a miracle, in which everybody, well, actually 25% of you agreed there might be a miracle, but 40% of you said I was going to both scuff it and be late. So just saying I'm on time. Yeah. Once again, for those that don't know, this camera was brought to you by my Ko-Fi. This is the Instalink 2, right? So it's got the editing. It's doing pretty good here. But I really like this one for traveling. It's really great. So thank you guys for funding this. This is brought to you by you guys. You guys did this. So thank you for helping me improve the quality of the show, and especially when I travel, which is very often for those that do know me. I was not late. I was on time. 9:30. I started the stream at 9:30. That's not late. Anyways, it's good to see it here. Doug Diaz coming in for 5 Legal Mindset memberships. Thank you. Yes. Appreciate that very much, Doug Diaz. And thank you guys for the support of the channel. It's great. Chaos Bomb says, Chaos Smash says, I'm still expecting an N-bomb scuff. It's possible, especially with today's topic. I mean, we're talking about dumb people and we're talking about Nick Rekieta. I could certainly drop an N-bomb, right? I mean, both those topics can lead towards that. Halogen says, I'm sorry if you have seen some of my Twitter fights on the topic, but I don't regret starting them. No, it's all good. I saw some people who were really, what really drove me to do this video again is some of the comments on my videos were so stupid that I said, you know what? I have to explain it to them like they're, well, let's just play the clip. Hold on. I've got more than one clip for this.
Yeah, right. Explain this to me like I'm retarded.
That won't be that hard.
Because it's really bad. It's really bad. Some of these comments are just basic common sense. And I get why people are mad and they want to say, oh, well, this is just clearly something that's wrong. Well, just because it's morally wrong, which I agree with, we're going to talk about the Crunchyroll Funimation mail scandal once again. And there's updates on that as well. New information from Crunchyroll, a statement from Crunchyroll. But just because you're mad about it doesn't mean it's necessarily illegal. And there's a lot of people out there that want to rage bait you. They want to clickbait you. I saw people say it's over for Crunchyroll, or they're done, or they're cooked, or whatever, right? But no, they're going to be completely fine in terms of this scandal. If Crunchyroll is brought down, it'll be more macroeconomic trends, not by some guy's corporate mail being opened, which we're going to talk about today. It can be fucked up. It can be wrong, which arguably was, and I would agree it was morally wrong, but legal is a different thing. And a lot of people don't understand that, but that's what I'm here for. I'm here to explain to those people that are coping about it. Bad News Badger says 7 out of 10 IGN.
Excuse me, sir. What is your ethnicity? I am interested in calling you a slur.
Thank you, Ben Dispatcher, for 10 Danish krona. Thank you. Also, welcome Vigorous and JP Ravenfire for gifting the 1 Legal Mindset membership. And Vigorous, welcome as a member of the RPG. I really appreciate you joining up today. I'll just drop you with a
Woof.
welcome. Japanese Demon Lord of Ari Lucifer says some legal mindset just as I'm done working for the day. Yeah, awesome. It's good to wind down with some legal mindset. Also good to see Uncivil. I think I see Uncivil Law in the chat. I think I saw Meme Copium earlier, but I don't know whether he's popped in and popped out. But good to everybody, all the other creators that stop by. Appreciate that, and much love to all of you guys out there. So let's start with this mail law situation, shall we? So I noticed a lot of other people making videos on this, and I don't want to go through and call out specific content creators. It was more than one, and I just saw bad take after bad take, mostly in terms of them talking about the law, because they would just say something that is a general, it's a general statement that it's true, but the law is about nuance, and the law is about understanding depth behind just a general statement. So something like, don't fuck with the mail is true, right? That's very true. Don't fuck with the mail. But what is fucking with the mail, right? And we're going to get into that once again legally, right? Saying don't fuck with the mail is true. I agree. Don't fuck with the IRS. Don't fuck with the mail, right? I agree with these things. But what does that actually mean, right? And what does that actually constitute? So I think there's a lot of people that when they imagine this scandal involving Crunchyroll, they imagine something that's very different than what happened. It's very misunderstood of what happened. And I'm going to go through in a level of detail with this that's going to borderline on autistic. But that's what I love on this channel, because, it's for you guys. And you guys are really, you're my lovable family of TIS out there. Let's see here. Yeah. Sorry. And shout to Ava too. I saw Ava in the chat, and I know Ava just DM'd me. So appreciate that. Really look forward to her making more content. So let's go to the scandal for those that don't know, and we'll read this article that just came out on this. So here's an article that came out on this on Anime News Network. So Crunchyroll states it is investigating situation after voice actor claims company owned his mail and gave away the contents. David Wald claims the company owned his quote unquote private mail. Remember, these are his words, not Crunchyroll's words, not the law. When he says private mail, threw away letters and gave away contents to staff. A Crunchyroll spokesperson told ANN that it is investigating the situation after the voice actor and ADR director, David Wald, claimed on X Friday that the company opened his private mail, threw away the letters, and passed out any included items to its staff. Wald said, if you sent me anything care of Funimation or Crunchyroll in the last 5 years, I apologize, I didn't get it. He posted a picture of the contents of a package that was sent to him that was allegedly opened and distributed to employees. He said he found out about the situation a day earlier due to the sender of the package providing him with proof of the USPS tracking information. So there's apparently some picture of what was passed out. And he stated that some of the items were returned after they were found on the company giveaway table. He added that the employees were not to blame. They just walked by the company freebies table and thought something looked cool. A full statement from Crunchyroll said this: anime fans have a special connection with dub voice talent, and the emotional expression is important in fueling more love for anime. We are currently investigating, even though, by the way, this is my personal opinion. I'm going to inject a little of my personal opinion. Oftentimes the voice talents are some of the most problematic people with the worst takes ever. So not a huge fan of the dub voice talents, but that's my personal opinion. Moving back to the statement. We are currently investigating the matter regarding the allegation of undelivered fan mail to a voice actor. We respect the privacy of all of our voice actors and do not intentionally open mail or packages not intended for Crunchyroll. This is very important too. Any fan mail that should be sent directly to the talent and their management. So, and obviously Walt's worked on Attack on Titan, Vinland Saga, Is It Wrong to Pick Up Girls in the Dungeon, and My Hero Academia. So he's worked on several different intellectual properties, right? So let's get into what actually happened here, reality versus BS. Also, Michilati said, Twitch banned Megalodon VT streaming in a hot tub. What the fuck? You're supposed to be allowed to do that. What's wrong with that? Oh, I got to look into that one. I will look into that one. That's crazy. Thank you for bringing them to my attention. Also, King Lugia dropping 5 legal mindset memberships and Walking Corpse with 5 legal mindset memberships. I mean, 10 legal mindset memberships. That is.
Not a sin. I cannot absolve you. Mega based.
Thank you both, King Lugia and Walking Corpse. Appreciate you guys and appreciate you supporting the channel. Thank you so much. And if you receive those gift memberships, please say thank you as well. All right. So here's what happened. And we're going to get into this with a PowerPoint presentation. You know, I fucking love PowerPoint presentations. They're kind of my jam. So I thought I need to do a PowerPoint to cover this. Oh, but before I do that, Flora Nova coming in with the big giant 10.
Hello, Peso Department.
Thank you, Flora Nova. Appreciate that. Appreciate your support of the channel. And if you got one of those gift memberships, whether it's from one of the other gifters at JP, Doug, anybody else, Walking Corpse, please make sure to say thank you. And if you got one from Flora Nova, please say thank you to Flora Nova as well. Knight742, member for 8 months, says, just to desire you a good one, currently at work. Well, enjoy your work, Knight. Enjoy your work. Okay, let's get to this presentation I got for you. I got a good one. But you guys got to stop gifting here. What is this? 20 legal mindset memberships? 20?
Long,
I'm feeling the love. I'm feeling pretty long right now. I'm not gonna lie. Thank you so much, Spirit of the Underachiever. We all should channel the Spirit of Underachiever. But say thank you to Spirit of the Underachiever in the chat for those messages. Really, really do appreciate that. You guys are never gonna let me present here. Christopher Candler said, Crunchyroll is the most popular anime source in the US. I doubt there's much trouble for the company other than PR. It's a blip on the radar. Yeah, it's going to take more than this scandal to bring down Crunchyroll. Sorry. Bald Eagle 1787 says, for 10, Twitch is going on lockdown due to terrorism support claims are going around since they made personalities that support terrorism and send funds to said organizations of Twitch. Bald Eagle, bro, I don't think that's why they banned Megalodon. I think they banned Megalodon because they're legitimately biased against VTubers. I mean, I think that's really the answer. It's not because of Palestine. Let's stop allowing Twitch to cope over that. Twitch has been banning VTubers before and after this scandal. It's only now when, I mean, Dan Clancy is a thread away from being charged with supporting and aiding and abetting terrorism. I mean, he's like one incident away from federal terrorism charges against his person and against that entity, which actually might work because of the amount of support they've had for certain people affiliated with that. So yeah, Twitch is a whole nother story. That Twitch is a whole separate episode, right? Whole separate episode. I actually think there were people that tried to charge Twitter and Google with aiding and abetting terrorism, and I don't think that worked. That didn't work because the Supreme Court said the link was too tenuous. But I actually believe that Twitch, because of what they did specifically with the Houthi pirate and some of the other people supporting and funneling funds to certain organizations, they could be in some hot water. But that's a whole separate topic. Let's continue here. Charlie Spur says, very clear obstruction of correspondence. Nope, not clear at all. Not clear at all. So obstruction of correspondence requires that they stop it from being delivered. We'll get to that right now. All right. So let's explain this. Let's explain mail law like we're teaching idiots. I mean, very special children. And of course I say this myself, and knowing that myself.
Look, here's the thing.
Fine. Listen,
I'm going to be honest with you. I'm kind of retarded.
So I'm there with you guys. I'm on the special bus too. Don't think I'm much better than you guys. So this is an explanation that worked for me. So I'm going to explain it to you guys like I'm explaining it to myself, as a child. So here's mail law for dummies. All right. So a lot of people in the comments were acting like this was a situation with a robber who came to the mailbox and stole from the mailbox. Like there was a thief or a robber that was stealing from the mailbox. That is clearly illegal. Stealing from the mailbox is clearly illegal. That is 100% under 18 USC 1708, theft or receipt of stolen mail. Okay? So that's illegal. A lot of people were making jokes in the comments or going down in the comments and saying, oh, well, if this is okay, then I can just steal the lawn. I can just steal the mail off of your lawn. I can just go steal from you openly. And I go, no, that's still illegal, right? That's still illegal, because if you're going to somebody else's house and taking their mail, is the address on it your address? No, it's not. It's somebody else's. You're taking something that's clearly not yours, as it's marked, and just in fact, it is not yours, right? So if there was a robber that came to the Crunchyroll office or David Wald's home, it doesn't matter, right? The home, the office, whatever, that would be illegal, clearly. Also illegal, right? Also, sorry, legal. And here's what people have trouble accepting. If mail is received at the Crunchyroll office, okay? If it's received at the Crunchyroll office, if it's addressed to the Crunchyroll office, and a Crunchyroll Funimation staff member picks it up, it's completely legal. Does it matter if that mail is addressed to David Wald? No. Does it matter if it's addressed to Santa Claus? No. Does it matter if it's addressed to, Bakugo, right? Or if it's addressed to All Might? So let's say they got a letter addressed to All Might. Is it a federal crime for them to open a letter because All Might doesn't exist? Is it a federal crime for them to do that? No. No, it was delivered per the address to them. They can open anything coming into their mailbox, regardless of who the lettering is. We'll get into the specific lettering in a second, right? Because the issue is, I think a lot of people have, and actually I'll forward here, right? The letter probably looked something like this. This is probably what the letter looked like. And now this is me making an assumption, okay? But this is probably what the format of the letter looked like. To David Wald, care of, because he used the language care of Funimation or Crunchyroll from the Crunchyroll headquarters in San Francisco, California, right? And it was sent from David Wald's number one simp, 6969 Furry Boulevard, Yowie USA. That's a real place. It's a real place. A lot of people live there. I think there's some people in the chat that live in Yowie Town. In fact, let me take a little poll here. Have you been to Yowie Town, USA? I go yes, no, and only on a Vox stream. Because we got to dunk on somebody here. All right, there you go. Yeah. Saber says, why you doxing me? Yeah. It's me, for real. Okay, so here's the problem. I think a lot of people think this is private mail. And people think this is a private letter. And in his little tweet, David Wald called it private mail. And I think David Wald, who's not a lawyer, he's a fucking voice actor, right? He knows how to make weird voices. He doesn't know what the law is, and he doesn't know what's private and not private. A lot of people would think this is private mail. It's not, because this was sent, or rather individual mail, right? Individual mail. Like, this is David Wald's mail. No, it's deliverable to the Crunchyroll headquarters, right? So that's a big thing right there. Deliverable to the Crunchyroll headquarters, not to wherever else, XYZ, right? So, and because it's care of, even if they don't direct it to David Wald, what if, for example, it was directed to him and he quit, or he's been replaced? Well, are they supposed to throw that mail out? No. And beyond that, I've mentioned this before, and I'm going to mention this a lot. There are usually policies when you start at a company that you sign that say they have permission to open things that are sent to you, right? It would be ridiculous if they couldn't. Think about the things that you couldn't do, like mail forwarding services, right? There are mail forwarding services that open your mail for you, right? In fact, I had one the first year I was in Asia. I had a mail forwarding service, Earth Class Mail, and they, take my mail and they'll open it, they'll shred it, they'll do whatever I want, so I want them to it. So just because it's addressed to me, does it make it a crime for somebody else to do that? No. Why? I consented to it. I consented to it. So there's an ability to allow others to open your mail, both by implication and by explicit permission. So there's an implication, by the way, within this, that if you're sending something to your work, it's related to work. This is not related to your private fun times, right? I'm sorry. And I know a lot of people think that work is your private place. It's not. Work is a area that is subject to the control of your employer and your management, assuming you're not management, right? So, and by the way, this analysis doesn't change if it goes like this, right? So if it adds attention, private personal mail, but the address is still the same, that doesn't change the analysis at all. This is the same analysis. It's still something that there's no problem with them legally opening. There has never been a single case of an employer being sued for this situation where it's not something that is like specific personal health information or something else like that, that might be ultra protected, right? There's other things protecting it, but just general fan mail, you're not going to find a court case of a employer sued for opening fan mail. You're not going to find it. It doesn't exist. So a lot of people that are out there commenting on it are like, well, other lawyers might come up with more creative ideas. No, it doesn't exist. You're not going to win. And the proof is he's not going to file a claim. David Wald's never going to file a claim over this. Right? Chaos Smash 64 says, is Ava in Yowie Town? I don't know. You'd have to ask Ava. I think Ava's in Yuri Town, but that's I don't want to put that on her. You can ask her yourself, right? Eagle's pretty good one here. It says, by Clipper Eagle, shout out to Eagle. It says, compare this to sending a Hollow Girl fan mail. The Hollow office opens the mail to make sure it's okay for the girls to get them. Exactly. And if the law was different, that would be illegal, right? They would have to give it to the girl first. And that would be really weird because then people would send weird stuff. And they could also send stuff that might be dangerous, right? Charlie Spurs said, so if I open mail to my address, but it's addressed to previous occupants, is somehow legal. Yes. Oh, you didn't know that? Right? Yes. If it's addressed to your residence, it's their duty to update it. Sorry, update your fucking address, guys. Like, let's see. What if it's the same address but a different name or flat? No, well, hold on though, Todd. So, Ty, you're saying two different things, my brother. I'm gonna catch you here for your 2 Swiss francs. I'm going to give you 2 Swiss francs worth here. Okay. It's not the same address if it was a different flat. So if it's apartment number 3, that's a different address. If it's apartment number 4, that's a different address. So let's say it is 6969 Furry Boulevard, townhouse number 2, and you're in townhouse number 69. In that case, it's the wrong address, right? And then we got a mistaken address issue. But you're not going to go to federal jail for opening up something that's sent to your address if it's mistakenly labeled. That's on the person that sent that. Morris Apple said, even the most lawyer probably ain't familiar with mail law unless they tried a case on it. Yeah, and well, the reason why I'm talking a lot about this is I've dealt with this on the corporate side as a policy, right? From a policy making standpoint. So there aren't any cases on this because it's not something people sue over. You won't find it. So, good luck. You'll find it if people steal the mail, which, is this scenario. There are many cases with this, right? With a robber, but a robber is totally different. A robber is not an employee, right? Also, let me be very clear. If Crunchyroll had gone to David Wald's home and they'd taken his mail from the home of David Wald, that would be illegal. There's a big difference, right? So office, it's okay. Home, it's not okay, right? Do you see the difference? What should they have done in the first place? They should have sent the mail to his home, right? They should have sent the mail to his home, or he should have had a personal P.O. box. That's on him for fucking up. Right? Now, morally is what they did wrong. Yes, I agree. Morally, what they did was wrong, and they shouldn't have put it on the grab bag table. They should have informed him. That was fucked up. It's very fucked up. They had to put his Yowie on the giveaway table. It's kind of weird, right? Jim Blades for 20 Corona said, Yowie Town's where all the femboys hang out. Well, that's why you're there, right, Jim? I mean, you're there for the femboys, right? So one of the really dead giveaways here, and this kind of confirms what I've been saying, is this, which is, boom, any fan mail should be sent directly to the talent and their management. This comment highlights the fact that it was not sent directly to him, and that's what they should have done. This is the real money shot, and this is the statement from Crunchyroll. It was not addressed to him. I know you guys are hanging out in the femboy ranch. Listen, I know my audience. And I know there are a bunch of
Degenerates. You guys degenerates.
I've seen what you goon to. Okay? Do we need to go back to Grand Mussy during the trial? Do we need to go back to that? Do we need to go back to, you guys trying to slather 1,000 bottles of Diddy's lube on the Crypt Keeper? I remember that. I didn't forget. I'm never going to forget that. That's ingrained in my deep memory. Okay? I'm scarred for life because of that. Muzzy says, put the package back in the P.O. box. Exactly. Do not take it from the P.O. box. He should have had a P.O. box, right? Should have had a P.O. box. And hopefully he gets one and he starts telling people, hey, deliver to my P.O. box and not anywhere else, right? Also on locals, there's a $1 tip from Repton who said any dub is mid unless it's Ghost Stories. Ghost Stories is fucking peak content, and I will not allow you to slander Ghost Stories. Ghost Stories is amazing. All right. So there was one other content creator who came up with a creative argument, but it's not going to work in this employment context, in this specific context. So in the US, right? So one other content creator I saw him pull up this intrusion upon seclusion. So they said, well, maybe it's not a violation, but it might be an intrusion upon seclusion. So sort of like a claim against privacy, which is a claim for intrusion upon seclusion can be brought when someone intentionally intrudes physically or through electronic surveillance upon the solitude or seclusion of another. This differs from trespass, which is unauthorized physical entry. It's a claim brought for unauthorized physical entry, wiretapping, or eavesdropping, in addition to lying, deceiving, misrepresenting circumstance, and exceeding the consent given for entry. Well, here's the problem with this claim, right? Number one, it's got to be intentionally invading upon the plaintiff's private matters. Something that is mailed to your work is not your private matter. It's just not. Sorry. And that's something that, in terms of that cause of action, the courts are pretty clear on. Second of all, unless it's something that involves, once again, we're talking about HIPAA, or we're talking about other stuff that's clearly marked. It's clearly marked as protected information, right? Specific, not just private mail. So that's not going to work for that reason. And then beyond that, you've signed a consent, right? So that's one of the issues, is that you've signed a consent. So you've said, hey, I acknowledge the fact that this is going to be done to my mail. So you would have that in there. Now, I know you don't read the TOS. I know it can't read, but is it my problem that my problem people are 39 IQ? No, you got to read that. You got to read the terms. You got to read the terms. I'm sorry. So that's something that, once again, is going to prevent that claim. So that's one of the issues that was brought up, and I just wanted to deal with that. But speaking of not 39 IQ and not Muzzy Skeleton with 10 legal mindset memberships. Thank you so much for that. Really, really appreciate it. Let's get a new one. Let's get a different one here. Let's do the Pippa.
Oh yeah, that's what I like to see. Oh yeah.
Thank you, Muzzy Skeleton. Appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much. Hardy for 10 euros says, in my country, France, mail can be opened by an employer, but email can't, even if it has private or personal. Why is email considered different than mail? Probably because of an address, because there's an email address, right? So you'd have to break into the account to get it versus mail, which is physically at the address. So your physical, it's kind of taking that law of address. You have a separate email address, right? So that's going straight to you versus going to a physical address, which may be multiple people if it's a workplace, right? So that's one reason. Now, of course, I'm not a French lawyer, big asterisk, so you need to ask a French lawyer. That's just me fucking spitballing that. But once again, my guesses tend to be pretty good when it comes to law, even of other countries. But once again, ask a French lawyer to confirm. But that's what I would imagine, right? Oyamada says, Rev says Desu also pointed the wrong section of postal law. He thought that this would have gone through how Teddy would have gone through the entire law for making a video. Yeah, and once again, I'm not trying to bang Rev. I love Rev. We have a lot of crossover in our audience. He's a good guy, but he's not a lawyer, right? And he hasn't dealt with this area of law very specifically. And I think it's easy to get confused because, for example, if you look at, I think also a lot of content creators looked at this statute, which is 18 USC 1708, theft and receipt of stolen mail. This is not stolen mail, right? So stolen mail is the robber, right? So this is not the robber. This was not a robber. This was a Crunchyroll employee. So this whole section is completely inapplicable. So it's not stealing or theft. Now, the problem is that we use words in our normal language in a way that's not in line with the legal definition. So we say steal, but we don't actually mean the crime of stealing. Oftentimes we say, oh, this person is X, but it's not actually the criminal definition, the legal definition, because we're being maybe hyperbolic, maybe we're being extreme, right? That's just how it is. Yeah, no, it's not just, it wasn't Rev. Yeah, I saw Clownfish, a bunch of others. Yeah, people will just say things because they want to have a quick take on it, right? And they won't really consider the depths of that law, right? And how that's actually applied. Legal definitions are very specific. They're not the colloquial definition. So when a non-lawyer is reading this, they're often just not understanding how that's interpreted, right? They're not understanding, okay, this is how the court would apply this. And you can just look at the case law and say, okay, there's no case law showing this. I mean, imagine, for example, how many moms would be in jail for opening their kids' mail. Did you guys ever have that happen? So first of all, have you ever been to Yowie USA? 10% say yes, 65% say no, and 25% say only on a Vox stream, okay? But let me get a new poll up here because I want to add another poll, right? You know, have your parents ever opened your mail as a kid? Right? Just a yes or no question. Because for me, personally, my mom opened my mail all the time. And when I was a dumb kid, before I was a lawyer, I used to yell at my mom. And I said, Mom, I'm going to get you thrown in jail. I'm going to get you thrown in jail. I would tell my mom that. I swear, I love you, Mom. I know you're watching. I'm not going to put you in jail. Don't worry. But I thought about that as I'm going over this. And I'm like, yeah, you can't throw your fucking mom in jail because she opened a letter that was addressed to you, but it's to the same address. It's your home address, right? Like they still do it as an adult. Yeah, hi, Mom. Yeah. Like that, they're not going to do that. Like the courts are just not going to do that, right? They're going to be like, yeah, case dismissed. Get the fuck out of here, right? The state attorney's not going to take that case against mom or grandma, right? A random commenter said for 2, like a stolen election. Okay, well, we can't go there. I mean, we can't even joke about that random for the next 2 weeks, 3 weeks, probably month, actually. Let's be extra careful around this because YouTube doesn't like those words. So guys, be very friendly with your super chats. I usually read everything, but if it gets to close to TOS stuff, I have to be careful for my sake, you know. Bad News Badger for 20 says, my nights are forever memorable after grandma's testimony. Bro, how down bad are you guys? Is it that bad on the streets? Like, is it that bad on the streets? Chaos Smash says, Grand Mussy made me laugh. Thanks, like mindset for the lulz. Appreciate you, Chaos Smash. Listen, I know, I know. When I heard Grand Mussy, I was just
No!
I mean, it was so bad. It was so bad. Zoro J Zephyr, proud Viner, said the average VTuber is not a lawyer, not legal advice. Yeah, and YouTuber, right? And they want to cover these issues, which is fine, but do your research and do your homework on it, right? And maybe having a lawyer to comment on it helps, you know, maybe a little bit. Maybe you should think about that for 2 seconds. But yeah, USPS, this is a good one. So she's replying, as far as I'm aware, USPS doesn't take over deliveries between shipper and receiver unless the recipient is a third party and forwards it via USPS. Yeah, that's my understanding as well. Elpire Ava said, fun fact, my grandma opening my mail is the first time I learned about law and what's commonly misunderstood. Exactly. Are you going to put fucking grandma in jail? She's going to be dropping the soap and, you know, there's going to be grandmussy issues? No, you can't have that. Can't have that. All right. All right. All right. Let's go over to, I think that rounds out that issue. I hope this clears it up. I know I'm going to get a bunch of unhinged comments on this video. So yeah, we'll talk about that. We'll talk about the unhinged comments on another stream. I've got to do a members only stream, so I'll probably do one coming up this next week, like a members only stream, whether it's for everybody or for BLM only. So we'll probably go over some funny comments, some low IQ comments. I kind of want to do that theme for one of my my members only, just to roast people doing stupid comments. I think that's going to be a good one for members only content. All right. Let's see here. A random commenter said, need a motherfucking milk cakes clip, Grand Mussy. Sir! Tatsumi said maybe they should consult a certain base lawyer in Asia if we're talking about the law. It's not just me. There's other people who know about this. It's not the only person. But certainly it would have helped if a lot of them like watched the video or even like DM'd me real quick. Would have helped them out there. Mama Akko said, Nick is a nerd. You know what that means. Oh boy. So let's get into it with the Nick roast. Okay. So it's time for talking about Rekieta law, rickety rackets, the crackets. We've got a little bit of an update there. Now, I wasn't going to talk about this because last night, Nick Rekieta, who has not been on his channel or doing anything for a while, God knows what he's been doing. I think he's been having some issues. He's possibly going through issues with his wife. There's all sorts of speculation on that. But once again, I thought, okay, there's not much law to talk about that here, so I'm not going to talk about it, right? Some good milk. Yeah, he's been out there doing whatever, God knows what, right? Colombian booger sugar, drinking, whatever the hell else he's doing. I guess he's vaping now because he's like he's a 2-year-old. So he made a cope stream. And I wasn't going to say anything about it because it's just a cope stream, right? And of course, he said nasty things about everybody, right? He did ad hominem to literally everybody, right? Myself included. Everybody got ad hominem. Big surprise. Same old insults he's been chucking for the last 2 years. He's stale material, stale moves, right? Because he's on drugs, right? So a druggie lashing out and ad homineming you is nothing new. So I wasn't going to cover that. And I was just going to move on. But I said, okay, well, hold on. Alyssa reached out to me and she DM'd me and she sent me this. This right here, right? You do not have, this is from Nickety Crackets here. You do not have permission to clip my locals exclusive content. Take it down tomorrow or I will. Also, I rescind any permission to clip my content. Play by fair use if you're going to do it. So this is a DM he sent to Alyssa Clips specifically, right? Now, first of all, in case you don't know who is Alyssa Clips, Alyssa Clips is one of the many clippers of LawTube. Now, she's kind of expanded. She's clipping non-LawTube people, but she and some others were coming out of the kind of the LawTube saga of clipping LawTubers, especially when there's drama. It used to be called DramaTube. People would just kind of clip the dramatic parts of LawTube, right, back from the Legal Bites saga or Farron or other stuff. So they'd clip a lot of stuff. And for the most part, people were okay with it. But back in the day, there was a point at which my good friend Kurt, who's probably still in the chat, who I love you, Kurt, and Kurt's personal development arc is quite impressive, right? But there was a point at which my good buddy Kurt was did a little strikey poo on a clip channel, and it didn't go down that well. And a lot of people were very opposed to that strike. even if it was something that may have been okay, and even if it was something that a court could look at and they might rule in favor of Kurt, it didn't look bad because the rules of the internet, right? And, striking smaller channels, striking somebody for clipping something that's publicly available on YouTube, right? It was definitely transformative. It would look like transformative content, not definitely, but looked like it. So it didn't look good for Kurt. Now, Kurt backed down, took down those strikes, and all's right with the world, and admitted the error of his ways. And, had a real, positive development arc here. And at that time, Nicky Krakatz made several statements about how he feels about clipping, right? And I'm going to play just one of these statements for you before I get into the law or anything else here about this. So let's just play one. I think this was posted by Breaking Baldo News. So let's play this one here.
Alyssa Clip says, Nick Cuck agree. Alyssa, what am I agreeing to? Yes, I agree. What is it? For anybody out there who's like, I there was some talk I saw earlier about like me and Alyssa fighting or something. I don't know if Alyssa's fighting with me. I don't think so. But if she is, cool. I have no problem with Alyssa Clips or any other clip channel. Look, I talked about this the other day. There are some times when you go as a creator, you're like, fuck, clip channels, man. They make everything exist forever. Like sometimes you have that. But that's more lamenting the reality. Like clip channels will make shit exist, or they'll take things and it's out of the context that I think it should be in or whatever. But people see things differently. That's okay. I'm not fighting with any clip channel. I'm not striking any clip channel. I'm not telling any clip channel what to do ever. Ever. And Alyssa has always had and will always have my permission to clip the show, to clip the local streams, whatever she deems will be a good clip. That's it.
Always,
so,
forever.
Hopefully we can put that
forever
fucking shit to bed.
and ever.
People make a lot out of a little.
Oh, they're making so much.
No, I have no problems with clip channels existing. I don't have any problem with what they do. So
there we go. So Nicky Krakatz over here gave a permanent forever. I mean, did that sound like there's a caveat there? Did that sound like a caveat? Do you hear any exceptions to the rule there? Forever and for always. I swears it. Right? Well, clearly that's been rescinded, right? Because clearly forever and always isn't when it makes him look bad and isn't when he gets his coping stream exposed, right? And his kind of crackhead rants exposed. That was clearly a line too far. Now, I'm going to be fair to Jiminy Krakatz over here. And by the way, like the video, we only have, right now we only have 296 likes and we have 1,000 people watching. So please like the video. Here's the thing, and I'm going to be very fair to Nick. Technically, he's probably in the right about his paywalled content, okay? And Alex asked the question here. So the video, at least one of the videos that he was mad about was behind a paywall. Now, locals, or locals, as you might want to say, but although I do like my locals, but that's it. That's it. There's both the ability to sign up for a free account and sign up for a paid account. So you can do either. And creators create, just as I do, exclusive content just for locals. That's fine. However, if you're putting out content for free, I perceive it, and it's perceived much under fair use analysis, much differently than content you'd have to pay to sign up for. If you are distributing content that is paid, it's going to be a real hard case to win, right? A real hard case to win. So the specific stream that she clipped, the last one, was behind a paywall. So I think even Alyssa, in my conversations with her, acknowledges that. Alyssa's not like crazy, right? And she's very respectful. And she's also, by the way, I want to give a quick shout out to Alyssa. She actually asks me before she clips a lot of my stuff. And she asked me exactly how I liked it, what I'm okay with, what I'm not okay with, right? How long I'm okay with her clipping, like the length of the clip. So she's very thoughtful and respectful. So I want to say she goes above and beyond, in my personal opinion, right? But that said, if there was a court case, she'd probably lose, right? Because it was behind a paywall. That said, he didn't put that caveat before. And he always made it sound like he was going to be okay with everything, right? So it's like what was okay before. And by the way, what she'd been doing for months and months and months was now not okay. So it's interesting there. And there's a lot of other LawTube channels and other channels that are clipping. So what is going to happen to those other channels? There's like Will Heron. There's other channels that are out there clipping. What's going to happen to those guys? What's going to happen to those clippers? Yeah, Madcore says right here. What's up, Madcore? Good to see you, brother. When I used to stream, she would ask me as well. Exactly. And that's very respectful. And you know what? That's fucking awesome. Like, you don't have to ask, but I appreciate when people do ask. I'm like, thank you for asking. I really appreciate that. Sincerely. I mean, there's channels that clip me and they don't ask me, but I don't strike them, but I do appreciate, and I go out of my way to say thank you to them and give them credit and promote them. So I'm going to promote you. If you give me permission, I'll promote you. So hopefully that gives you views and that helps your clip channel. Right. But, if you're going to be a dick about it, then I'm not going to strike you perhaps, but and also everybody's got different rules, right? So obviously, look, if something's behind a paywall, I think anybody would be reasonably mad about that. That's taking away your revenue, right? But if it's something that's out there on public locals or something that's out there on your public YouTube or your public Rumble, it's not behind any sort of gate or wall, it's fair game. That's my opinion. Potentially criminal for 5 says he can cry and be a pussy all he wants. He's a husk of his former self. She could transform it, and I bet Baldo would strike it. Yeah, and the thing is that it's still behind Sean. I mean, because it was is paid stuff, and even like I said, she acknowledges that. I think he'll be a tough time. But if it was transformative and it was free, let's say you put that up there as free content, not behind a paywall, I think he would still strike it. If it was a Rumble stream or a YouTube stream, he'd try to strike it because he's falling away from that, that I'm okay with other people making fun of me. I'm okay with people covering me. I mean, the whole saga of Sean is, he was okay with Sean making jokes here and there until he actually seriously covered his channel. And now he's like he's like fat bastard from, Austin Powers. He's like some morbidly obese, evil super villain, right? Like, and that's the thing. And I'm some like cartoonish, like one-eyed creature, right? That's out here doing vile crimes in Asia, even though people usually don't even get the right country that I'm in at the time correct. But whatever. We're all super villains, right? Horrible, horrible people. Charlie Spur says, sounds like legal horseplay to me. Yeah, it's definitely horseplay. I know you're a horse girl simp, so I'm gonna move on here quickly before it gets too degenerate. Sparky the Tech Corner says Nick needs to get the bottle out of the butt. I mean, no, don't do it. That was what we all said before he shoved that bottle in there. Einhander, also for 5, says, my comrade, we had an interesting time with customers grammar called over Voxtenga. No refund for replacement. Thank you, Einhander. Another little comment too. I did see a little bit of a shadow of this coming. There was one clip I saw where he kind of insinuated the day might come, the D-Day might come, where he strikes all the clippers. So here's this little comment on this one. I think this one was kind of very telling. And look at how he talks to Divinity.
Okay, that's a decent amount.
You
that's
realize
not
that
what you gave me the first.
the girth of mine is smaller than yours.
Yeah, clip that.
My favorite part about
Alyssa, I hope you're here, girl. That was funny.
My favorite part about all the clip channels is they all think they're safe. They're all like, oh yeah, Nick doesn't mind if I clip his show. And then one day The hammer's gonna come down. All your channels are
Oh,
toast.
Nick's gonna cuck himself. That would be wonderful.
One day
I'm
you're
getting-
going to settle all the family business, aren't you?
That'll be fine for me. I'm sure that won't hurt my image at all.
Not even a little bit, I'm sure. That would be awesome for us.
Well, your channels will all be dead, so no, it won't.
No, they won't. See, and this is okay. Sorry, I want to point out here when Nick's like, your channels all be dead. It's like, motherfucker, you're not the only one being like. There's other people being clipped, and I say that specifically because Nick is a giant Minnesota bundle of sticks. But that said, there's other people out there that they were covering and generating content off of, and etc. Right? It wasn't just him. Right? There were plenty of other people that were generating entertaining content. Out there in the world other than him, right? Their channels weren't 100% Nick all the time, although they were at a certain point a generous amount of Nick Rekieta. However, there are other folks out there, and in fact, nowadays there's people that are creating better content, right, and more entertaining content. So, in fact, I think there's a lot of channels that are more worthwhile to clip than Nick, right? And a lot of people have moved on to clipping other niches and other areas other than just clipping LawTube and LawTube alone, right? Am I gonna have to edit? Oh yes, I'm switching my identity right now. Switching my identity. Nick did in fact legally cook himself. Yes, it's true. It's true. All right. Yes, we're demonetized for sure. Legal mindset after dark where nothing is monetized. Yeah, we're not even at 2 hours yet. God damn it, I did it to myself, guys. I did it to myself today. I'm sorry. I gotta do an apology. Here's my apology. Here you go.
Oh, please! I'm sorry! I didn't mean it! Wait.
I do get away with a lot. Let's be fair, mindset. This clip was when they were overwhelmingly clipping him. Yes, I get it. And this was a period of time where the clippers were going crazy in that specific moment. But it wasn't both before and after. It wasn't exclusively him. And obviously they can move forward from him. Legal mindset cancellation speedrun. They've tried before and they haven't been successful. Yeah. So that's what I got on Nick. I think it's going to be a giant kind of lolcow saga. And once again, I don't care to respond to a lot of the ad hominem stuff because it's kind of boring. And it's just the same shit. But I think that Nick is going to make himself an embarrassment. And the other thing, too, is these principles he stood for, these libertarian principles. And I say because his application of libertarianism is a joke, right? Not that the concept is a joke, but just his application is a joke. It comes back to bite you, right? When you say there's no rules and you say that's how it's going to be forever. And then all of a sudden there's rules and you're blocking people and you're striking people, things you said you'd never do, right? Oh, I'm going to block the nerds, right? Oh, it's just nerds. Says a guy who literally spent hours playing Dungeons and Dragons streams and painting 40K minis, which, by the way, what the fuck is wrong being a nerd? There's no problem being a nerd, right? You should embrace that. It's good to have things you're interested in and passionate about. It's so weird he's going to try to pretend to be some sort of jock now. Like, bro, you were a male cheerleader. Like, really? Seriously? But that said, it's definitely going to be a face turn for him, and we'll see what other things he's kind of turning and violating. I'm going to stick to the larger macro changes rather than the micro, but just thought it was worthy of an update. And obviously, I'll clip this portion out and get this made as a separate clip. Eagle, you know what to do, brother. Chaos Smash set for 2. First an N bomb, then an F bomb. Base. Oh man. Oh, here we go. I got it.
Not a sin. I cannot absolve you. Mega based.
It was rap lyrics, okay? It was rap lyrics. Morse Apple said yellow supa to fight the yellow symbol. Bro, let's check it right now. Yeah, we're yellow. We're yellow. It happened. Tatsumi said start a golden shower of yellow supas for a gold. Really? Yeah, you had to go a golden shower?
Disgusting.
Joining the yellow shower.
Degenerates. You guys degenerates.
And guys, listen, we're already in hot water. We're already talking about the Grand Pussy. And then we're out here with the yellow shower. we can only do so much every stream, okay? We can only far further from God so far every stream. We are speed running. We're not just on the highway. We're on the fucking Shinkansen to the 9th layer of hell at this point. Forget the highway. We're fucking on the bullet train. We're on the Hyperloop. We're on the goddamn Hyperloop right now. Walking says you need some kind of shower. No. No. Wait, hold on. Rekieta not a, so okay. Sorry, Ragriz says, let's watch this one. Rekieta, not a nerd, third world aristocrat. Okay, let's see if I can find this one. Okay, posted 2 hours ago. Oh, good stuff. Let's watch this. This should be a good watch. We'll have a nice little watch together. Let's all see here. Mama Aqua said, Nick is mad. You got a VTuber elf and gets nothing. He loses. I know. That's why he says that all anime is Nazi. It's influenced by the Nazis. And it's all evil. And everybody who likes anime is a PDF, right? That's why he says these things, because he can't get it anymore. It's done. It's a wrap. For Fred said, I mean, I woke up a bit ago and I still have to empty, you know. Wait, so now you guys are just emptying on me? You're literally emptying your yellow shower on me?
What the fuck?
Nuclear Falcon, what did I walk into? There's yellow everywhere. Oh, man, I'm going to need some bleach to clean that up. I don't even know where that is in this Airbnb. What's the word for bleach in Korean? Bleach. I don't know. I have to look. Bad News Bad for 20 said, we're just a salad toss away. And Kawaza Pradem says 1.25 feet is catch up and delayed monetization fund. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. All right, let's watch this. Rekieta, not a nerd.
I realized something today. There are people out there that didn't get bullied enough, and they're still fucking nerds.
I am a nerd, like not the good kind. I'll go to my friends who are all nerds just like me
that didn't get bullied enough,
and I'm like, hey guys, you want to do the stupidest thing ever? Let's just be cheerleaders.
Fucking nerds. I wouldn't talk to these people in normal real life.
Mr. Cheerleader, cool.
Wait a minute, like, I wish I was cool. I was never cool.
Fucking nerds. And all those people should be bullied and beaten to death.
Like that
Really?
giant nerd my entire life, yeah.
They're always bothered when they're reminded that they're nerds.
That was the funny irony of all of this. It's like I'm just this dorky guy who's like, I liked anime, video games.
Fucking nerds.
Dude,
He never actually really liked anime. Let's get that out there. He was a fucking tourist. Let's state it. Let's state it for the facts.
Fucking nerd. Yeah, I know. I know I am.
And all those people should be bullied and beaten to death.
I know I was a nerd because I look at me. Like, I was a skinny, frail bitch. I got it. We're all nerds.
By the way, you want a fucking nerd? There's one.
What the hell is that thing on the table behind you? Your nail polish collection? It's paint for miniatures, bigot, because I'm a giant nerd.
I'm gonna paint my models. Yeah, have fun. What a loser.
Ultra Smurfs Primaris Captain.
Stop trying to, like, pretend to be cool.
And I hate that. I should never be embarrassed to be a fucking nerd.
That's weird. You're not cool. We can all see you.
Hey, Nick, what are those figures over your right shoulder? Those figures are the Bandai Premier Warhammer 40K Space Marines.
Fucking nerds.
I'm a nerd, which puts me down the road.
This is so good. This is such a good edit. Like, dude, Third World Aristocrat, this is fucking good. Hats off to this one. This is peak fucking cinema right here.
Thank God I have a Lady Rackets.
Didn't get bullied enough.
Maximum nerd, okay? I used to play a game called EverQuest. If you don't know how D&D works,
he played EverQuest? Oh, no, it's over, bros. He played EverQuest. It's over, bros. It's over.
Let me nerd you out for just a second. We're a bunch of fucking nerds.
Fucking nerds.
May you never call another man a nerd.
That's true.
And all those people should be bullied and beaten to death.
Oh, that is the Adeptus Mechanicus trilogy box set. Nerd.
Fucking nerds.
I will say I'm a total nerd.
Didn't get bullied enough.
Yeah. That's what makes me like you.
When I find out that someone's just a fucking nerd with no joy in their life, I don't want them around anymore. So they're gone.
The music fucking slaps too. Like this fucking music. Hats off for the music.
And today I just started blocking a whole shitload of people. It's so great. Oh, so good. And they're still fucking nerds. And all those people should be bullied and beaten to death.
You guys are fucking embarrassing.
And they're still fucking nerds.
That was good. That was a really fucking high quality edit. Like that was actually fucking funny. That was really good. Whoever did that, that was Third World Aristocrat. Fucking great edit. Hats off. That was premium content. That was fucking premium content. Oh God. Einhander said, let no one say I wouldn't on you if you were on fire.
Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you!
Tatsumi for 10 pounds says chat losing gallons of wrong kinds of gallons to Andrew. Right now, I'm literally Repton is asking who let R. Kelly out because I'm covered in a yellow liquid that is your super chats. Thank you. But also, fuck you. Like, I don't know what to say here. Potential criminal for 5 says if we dress up like his children, he won't lay a hand on us. He'll leave us alone. Yeah. Oh God. Yeah. Yeah. Sean, to be honest, bro, especially what you guys kind of didn't get is that statement that he said about beaten to death was kind of in the context of talking about Sean. So to be honest, it was kind of a direct TOS violation, kind of saying like Sean should be beaten to death. That's kind of the implication there. So it was really not good. Like it was on the verge, right? So you can interpret it as violative of the TOS, right? For like calling for a specific action, right? Maybe there wasn't a time, place, and manner or whatever else, but still it's pretty bad. It was on the edge, right? But people need to get beaten to death. Look, listen, Nick's life is bad enough. He doesn't need to be beaten, right? His life is the beating, right? Having to live that life is like 1,000 lashes and a bottle in the butt every single day. Chaos Smash 64 said he did call JoJo gay when he had Eric Roland on. Really? The whole series gay or JoJo the character? Did he call JoJo the character gay or did he call the whole series gay? Because JoJo's funny as fuck. JoJo's not my favorite anime, but that's not bad. I don't think there's any problem with JoJo. JP Ravenfire. I'm not a nerd. I'm a wiener. Tal said we're becoming the AI bot lawsuit. Which one? There's a lot of AI suits, so maybe send me that, right? And then Zorro J. Zephyr says blue supa to wash away the golden shower. I feel like let's see. Let's see if I find this. Let's see if I can find this video here. Oh, here it is. Yeah. So this is actually today's like situation reminds me of this video I saw. This like a funny video about platypuses. I don't know if you guys have ever seen this one, but this like in this scenario, after all these yellow supas, I feel like the platypus. Okay, I feel like the platypus. Let me show you this. I don't know if you guys have seen this one. This is actually kind of funny.
Yeah, just a routine inspection. A little bit. Same old here. And everything seems pretty typical.
What? Is there something on my face? Why am I blue?
Does everyone glow blue? What does blue mean? What does blue mean?
That's me right now. That's me right now with the yellow. That's who I know with the yellow. Oh, that's a great one. Those videos are hilarious, by the way. Like whoever came up with that concept of finding fun facts about animals and making them into like short videos was a fucking genius. That was honestly a fucking genius idea. Whoever made that like channel concept. Like some people nowadays, they make shit super, super fucking funny. That shit's funny as fuck. Like that's absolutely funny as fuck. The scream at the end, because you know the feeling of that scream. Cast says the entire series. Yeah, it's good. It's good. Bologna Bog says it frequently makes me question if the mask slipped or if the drugs did that much damage to him. I don't know. The thing is with drugs, it's obviously bringing up some it brings up stuff from your childhood, from your personal life, and a lot of those things that he's putting out are projections of his own insecurities, right? So like obviously those are a lot of those things are like clear projections. So if you just listen to the things he's saying, it's really not about any of us or anybody. It's about himself, right? He's describing himself, right? Or people around him or in his life personally. So it often is describing people that are close to him or himself. Twilight Dragon CA2 says, I'd rather be a nerd than Nick Murphy. Indeed. Backcast Thoughts member said, could be worse. It's not dirty or in a cup. Okay. Bad News Badger for 2 says, 2 lawyers, 1 gavel. Oh, no. Also, on a side note, we did talk about the appeal that he filed, and I'll just give a little update that apparently even Nick doesn't believe that appeal has much of a chance, and most everybody else, the other lawyers that have reviewed it, have all said, yeah, it barely has a shot or doesn't have a shot at all. The ones that are willing to comment on it. So much as I said it's got almost 0 chance to succeed. So I expect this will fail. I expect it's just a delay, right? And now, of course, the reason why everything is failing is because they're not actually following his instruction, and because he had this super secret supplementary exhibit number 8 that was the bombshell that was going to open up everything and make everything work. But because they didn't file supplementary thing number 8, they were fucked, right? He had a super secret thing that he said to file, but his lawyer fucked him. Okay. Also, yeah, because I know there's some bots in the chat. I forgot that this is why I always turn on subscriber only. So let me do this real quick. So let me get that on. Fucking bots. Yeah. Any update on the sheriff that shot the judge? No, I haven't had that update either. No, on that specific piece of news. Let's see. Natasha said, our dear leader is not mint salad. You cannot confuse the two. You know that. Oh, God, poor mint salad. Poor mint salad being used for water sports. Absolutely sad. All right, well, guys, that's what your boy has today. I'm going to probably be back tomorrow. I may or may not take a break at one point this week. I'm trying to stream as much as I can because towards the end of the week, I'm going to be way busier because I am meeting up with my good friend Legal Vices. We're also having an event here in Korea, so I'll be busy with that towards the weekend and also next week. So I'm trying to stream as much as I can this week, but I may take a break. I normally take 1 day off a week, so I may have a break at some point in the next couple of days. So we'll see if that comes up. But other than that, guys, it's been great. Let me see who's streaming right now. Let's see who's on the streaming farms right now currently. Let's see. I think we've got Alicia. Oh, she's live right now. Oh, my girl, Alicia. Let's go over there and let's make fun of our Polish cow, Alicia. Alicia, appreciate her so much. She's so awesome. So go give her some love over there. Also, Chaos Meshes, besides Vic, which dub VAs are base people? Very few. Most of them are woke assholes. And by the way, look, I covered the David Wald thing neutrally. But if you look in David Wall's politics, he's like every other voice actor, super left politics, super woke, ultra woke. But listen, I didn't factor in his politics at all, and I don't even like mentioning it because people might think I'm biased one way or another. I don't care. If he'd been based, I don't care. If he'd been ultra super giga based Chad, the analysis of the law would have been exactly the same because it's inapplicable, right? Sigrun said, if no one's mentioned the song is the Not a Nerd video yet, it's the Pull the Trigger from Persona Q2. Okay, I did not know that. So I'm going to put that one in. I really like that song. That's a good one. Thank you for that. All right. So guys, I'm going to send it over to Alicia. Meanwhile, do not be like Nick. Do not be.
You are coping and seething. You just can't accept what you see. Yes, you're coping and seething. The truth, it is scalding, and now you are molding.